Hello, everybody. My name is Rick McCutcheon. I'm a Dynamics 365 MVP, and I'm here today with James Henderson from mindzie. James, introduce yourself and tell the world about mindzie.
Rick, thanks for having me. As mentioned, James Henderson, and I'm CEO and one of the founders of mindzie. At mindzie, we are a leader in a new technology that's sort of taking the market by storm called process mining. And specifically what process mining is it helps businesses with business process optimization. How do we help them become more efficient?
So when I talked to you about this before, James, it's sort of like, okay, as a Microsoft partner for years, we've been putting processes into place for organization, whether we're coming from the ERP side, whether we're coming from the CRM side. Your technology lets us drill into those processes to better understand how well they're working.
Yeah, I think when you look at it conceptually, Rick, you got to think about it. When you look at Microsoft Dynamics and predecessors like AX, very, very good tools for running the business. They help you put in processes that make sure certain things happen and control certain workflows within your business. But now, as businesses have evolved and continue to rely on those tools more and more, what's the next step? And the next step is, now I have the tool to run my business. Where's the tool to help me improve it? Where's the tool to point out the things that I need to change within my organization that can make me more efficient, that can save me time, that can save me money, that can let me repurpose headcount to things that grow the business rather than operational backend?
So I can better, as a business owner, I can better understand what is the real ROI on this change or on the technology that we've implemented.
Yeah, and it falls into a category known as hyperautomation, really because the focus is not just about generating numbers anymore like traditional BI tools. The focus is around, what is my business workflow? Where are things getting stuck? Where are we wasting more time than we should on things? And how do we improve upon that? And that really stems across all areas of the business, from improving finance to improving your purchasing to things referred to as order to cash. How do we take our sales orders and turn it into money faster? And all the way down even into your customer support. How do you make your ticket response times faster and more efficient so you can do more with less and really improve customer satisfaction?
James, when we first started talking, what really got me excited about mindzie was how you're kind of a pure Microsoft startup. Let's talk a little bit about the technology stack that you've used to create this product, as well as you were part of the Microsoft Startup Program and your experience with that.
Yeah, we've, being in and around the IT sector for a long time, I'm a true believer in everything Microsoft. I think from the technology they put out, how they continue to push the pace, and even how they help you with data security, which is of utmost importance. So when we were evaluating where we were going to go, for me, it was a no-brainer. So we actually, in our early days, were a part of the Microsoft for Startups program, which helped accelerate our business. They do a lot to work with young companies and help access to technology, as well as insights into what you should use and what's going to work best for what you want to achieve. And from there, we've really grown our business out from the ground up through the Microsoft stack. So we leverage Azure for all of our data warehouses and data storage throughout the globe. We're also developed on a relatively newer type of technology that Microsoft's released called Blazor. And this is really the future of tech, in that Blazor allows you to basically put the tech load on the server, and the client is basically just a display now. So you're displaying it through the browser, but there's no more heavy resources or load on the browser itself for a client to use. So it allows you to really take advantage of some very interesting technology to accelerate what you're doing. So we've gone end to end, integrating everything that we do into Microsoft technology.
Okay, great. And I'm sure your vision is to make mindzie a global company. And as we know, the best way to do that is working with Microsoft partners. So tell us a little bit about how you work with partners.
Yeah, we have several Microsoft organizations and resellers that we partner with today. And really, it's a fundamentally great marriage between us and them. When you think about what they're deploying today, they're deploying the entire Microsoft stack into their customers to help those businesses operate and perform better. What our technology does is plugs right into their ERP and CRM that they're deploying for their customers, and helps the customer, one, fundamentally understand, how can we do better within our own organization? Where are the opportunities to improve and streamline through technology? So with the partners, now we're able to identify opportunities for that partner to work with the end user and create those direct high ROI efficiencies within their ERP and CRM, within the dynamic systems. On top of that, we also allow them to continually to monitor their systems moving forward. So as you see potential compliance issues or other opportunities come up, it really helps that partner create an even better synergy with their customer long-term, so that they're continue to evolve their CRM to be an incremental and essential part of their business operations.
So a partner who's got an ERP project, for example, could use mindzie at the beginning of the project to evaluate the existing processes and what's going on. And as they build out the processes, evaluate them, and then the client could continue to use mindzie on an ongoing basis to make sure the processes are running correctly.
Yeah, think of it as you fundamentally put customers in one of three buckets, right? You have those that are still leveraging older technology and they don't want to change. Maybe they're on a legacy version of Dynamics or a sort of an AX type of system. What our tool does is we connect into even those legacy systems and allow that partner, one, to continue their engagement and conversation with the end user by providing more value out of their existing system. How do we create efficiencies? How do we monitor for compliance? If they're upgrading from their legacy system into the cloud and 365, where everyone should be going, now you're able to understand what is it they're doing today in their legacy system? Where are all those efficiencies? And now, as part of your project, you can help remove them as part of the cloud transition. Now what you're doing is you're providing the customer not only a transition that will help them in the future, but you're showing them a direct ROI at the end of that project by making their business more efficient. And then if that customer is already in the cloud and they're using the latest and greatest technologies, now we want to figure out, how do we squeeze that extra few percent out of that business? How do we drive more to the bottom line? How do we continue to support our end customer to maximize their D365 value? And that's where mindzie continues to play a part.
And so I think mindzie's sort of in the right place at the right time as we're going through this digital transformation. And pretty much every company today is moving, a lot of siloed technologies to the cloud and are really trying to figure out where the ROI exists and are they doing things right?
I think you couldn't have said it better myself, Rick. Fundamentally, the space that we are in is really changing the way that businesses look at their operations. Instead of standard metrics and KPIs, we're now thinking about it as a living thing and looking at the workflows in every department and figuring out how we tweak and optimize them. And the businesses that we work with, they're seeing staggering results because of it. We're talking 3, 4, 5, 10 times ROI very, very early on for these organizations.
Okay, James, thanks for your time today. We appreciate it. And we'll be back to talk to you at some point in the future to find out how well mindzie's growing and being absorbed into the Microsoft ecosystem.
Fantastic. Thanks for everything, Rick. Thanks for having me.
Bye for now.